Hey, how's it going? This is Gary Peters, Stage 4 and Us on Instagram. It's me and my wife, Kirsten. We have a topic basically we want to bring up, which, you know, it's just, for me, it's family meant quite a bit. It's a topic of family, you know, in general. What do you think about it
Well,
in this situation that we're really in, you know?
I think it's made a significant impact on our relationship and kind of shifted the way we function. So you used to be the caregiver at home, and I was the caregiver out in the world. And it's like I'm the caregiver both places, and that's different.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it turned out. You know, I was an active home person. I enjoyed life. I couldn't just sit still. And now, what is it? My life is pretty much not. I feel like an empty shell of who I was, you know, and every piece of energy that I'm supposed to have, you know, you had to take, right?
Yeah, and pick up the slack, and and still maintain full time employment and manage appointments and resources and anything we possibly need.
That's including taking care of me. You know, I got burns. I'm having reactions from the chemo, and we keep getting bad news, and it keeps getting harder and harder to hear this stuff. But for me, it's getting harder and harder to watch her every day try to take care of someone that used to be able to take care of himself. I still can, but there's just so much stuff that I can't do that I'm either too weak in the chest to try to, like for instance today. What do I mean? What's family? It's getting a hold of her in the middle of the day just for support because I couldn't keep my shit together. Waiting for her to drive in the driveway so that, well, I could break down, right? And it's like not normal breakdowns. It's like, what would you say? How would you categorize it?
It's menopause.
Menopause, yes. Yep. Like I'm getting angry because my nose won't stop running. And I'm trying not to take it out on somebody else because I can't do it, you know, but this anger builds up. And then I wait for her to get home because she's my rock, she's my support, and I know that I'm not mad at her for a runny nose. But it just, I can get mad with her. She helped assume a responsibility that I didn't ask of her, and it was a helpful responsibility. But like every night, man.
Wait a second. To all the wives out there, or partners, when you've been together with somebody for so long, it's not assuming a responsibility. It becomes, that's just what you need to do, and it has to happen. And it's not even a conversation. Like, that's what you do for your partner. You stand up. That's what love is. And it might not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's what you do. And life will get better, and you will have okay days. But it's nothing extra. It's what a partner is supposed to do. And I get you might not have experienced that in previous experiences, but that's what love is.
And trust me, I love her to death for what she's doing for me. And I mean, bad choice words, I guess.
We're all dying eventually.
Yeah.
It's not.
What stage 4 done for me with my family is that I don't feel human. I don't feel like the dad I used to be, or the husband I wanted to be, or the mechanic to fix the car, or the guy that that cooks the dinner, you know, and I can't wait for the school, you know, to end for the kids to get home, even though I'm fighting with teenagers, you know, and that's the only thing right now I'm grateful for them is that they're teenagers and they haven't even quite even fathomed what's going on with me yet, so it hasn't quite hit them. So I'm grateful for that, because my daughter would never understand what's going on with me. I couldn't even explain it. You know, it just, I'm grateful for the family that's around me. I'm grateful for anybody that talks to me when I freaking need it. You know, but this for me is scary. And it's the most vulnerable in life and fear that I've ever had to put in front of, you know, my partner. You know, what does that do for you?
I'm sorry, what?
What does that do for you? See, she even zones off too. Like, she was in deep thought, you know, and that's funny, you know, because what gets me through the day is, you know, is the fact that I got to see something that was so special for me that I'm not gonna break the surprise. I wouldn't break the surprise. I wouldn't even say it, but it was something that, you know, she did for me that, you know, gets you through every single day. You know.
We got some big news coming up at stage 4 in us.
Yeah. But the news right now is, like you said, for me, it feels like it's tearing a piece of the family away from me, and some days it's hard to watch some guys have to do the stuff that I wasn't prepped for at my age to watch these guys do for me. You know, and if it weren't for them being there, and it weren't for my family, because friends right now seem like they are scared of us. And like, she experienced that just, and it's never anything rude, but you experienced something like that, right?
I did.
By a caring friend. And she was honest.
And I respect the honesty, but just the idea that it was hard to hang out with me because she didn't know how to talk about Gary and Gary's situation and what was happening and what wasn't happening and how it wasn't working, and that was really hard because out here I don't have those people that I can just like go sit on their couch with. And she was that for me, and is that. I just, you know, that just...
It's just a fear, you know,
Made me
it's a
sad.
small fear that people have of the unknown, you know, and I don't know if they take into account that we didn't know this either, you know, that the question they had was the same question we had, you know. My outlook is, you know, it's fuck it, you know, I hate this, it's flipped me upside down, you know. I gotta sit there, and I'm in the middle of a chemo session, and